excuse me while I whip this out.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
Straight across Lake Washington from the VMAC as the Hawk flies in the We the Fans Internet Media Network studio, commonly and secretly called the Bunker, as perpetuated by the Gas Man, on a Seahawks Blue Friday night, which, according to 4th and 20 Club, is now Blue and Green Friday, to kick off the process of whipping the mythical, magical, and undeniable spirit of the 12th man into his play-altering state for the Seattle Seahawks on game day. This is the Hawk and Roll Hysteria podcast, and we're just gonna go blue. I'm the DJ and the point man of the Fans Revolution, with longtime internet sports show host, The Insider, Steve Silver, and at the helm of the Hawk and Roll Hysteria podcast on video, navigating the choppy waters of the World Wide Web after a decade on sports radio, the former pilot of Chopper 950, the Captain, Brian Apker. Let's rock and roll, you guys.
In the bunker after a win.
Yes,
our second
sir.
show, actually, after a win, because we did one right after the Thursday night game on Friday.
Right.
Hawks head to Dallas. To me, guys, this is a big one. It's not a division game, but it's a conference game against a team that's down on its luck and its players, and this is an opportunity for the Hawks to really start climbing up the ranks and getting some more confidence. I think we saw some in that 49er game. I'm excited. I mean, honestly, after that loss in Cincinnati, that one could have crushed this team. That one could have put these guys in a tailspin, infighting, all that stuff. And especially that loss at home, that really could have been a tail spinner. It wasn't. They rebounded. They got a win on the road against a 49er team that's probably better than a lot of people thought, but not the 49er team of old. So now we go into Dallas. Is this team ready, Commando?
This team has to be ready, you guys. You know, I'm serious. I mean, for everything you just said. Look, last year, the party started at 3-3. This year, they have the opportunity for the party to start at 4-4. If you're not ready, after you've already faced the Rams quarterback, what's his name?
Nick Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles, man. I watched Nick Foles lighten up the Huskies when he played at Arizona.
Right.
You know, so it's not like the guy can't play. Then the next week, you got Aaron Rodgers lighting him up. You know, obviously the memo that you sent out didn't get around to everybody. That prison sleeping bag deal, you know, didn't get around.
Yeah.
You know, the quarterback from the Detroit Lions, guy can play. Stafford can play.
Slings it.
Right. So it's not like they're not playing against quarterbacks and teams that can't play. Now you go down to Dallas, you got Matt Castle.
Probably.
You better be ready to go down there and get into the bye week 4-4. Hell yeah, they're ready.
Steve?
This is a non-issue.
He was talking all kinds of crap on the way here about what a rollover this is.
Listen, man. This is you damn right. I'm talking shit because right now the Seahawks are going down to Dallas to take on the SMU Cowboys. That's exactly what this is. Okay, this is a Cowboy team that really, like, on paper, should you would expect the type of talent that you would see on paper to translate on the field, but you don't have Des Bryant.
He's going to be back.
No, he's going to be back. Okay, I heard as of today, it was still a deep time
I'm
decision.
hearing he's going to be back. So let's just count him in as somebody you're going to have to face.
I'll say possibly Des Bryant. No Tony Romo, and you have a dude on defense that literally is about to slap up his coaches, Greg Hardy. That is a mess down there. If you're a Seahawks fan looking to see exactly an opponent after taking care of the 49ers and kind of get that little momentum rolling, you couldn't have asked for a better situation for the Seahawks to go in and seriously punk down a team that literally is just fighting amongst itself. This is perfect opportunity to go to Jerry World and just seriously I hate to say it, just punk them.
Yeah, and get right for the season.
Well,
punk them.
And I want to be with you guys, but I'm a cautious optimist for a while still. They still have probably the best offensive line in football. They have Des Bryant back as a weapon. They are at home in Jerry's world. And they have a lot of things going for them.
TV.
It's
Trying to talk me on everything I just
No,
said
no, no.
about
I'm
After
just
Dark?
trying to lay these things
I know,
out so
I'm
maybe
silly.
you can make me feel better about those things. Here's the deal. So you're looking at Greg Hardy, Ed Hardy. Yeah, maybe he wears Ed Hardy clothes, but Greg Hardy, who likes to throw his woman on a pile of guns and slap them around, and he's a womanizer. And he was an idiot on the sidelines, but the dude can play.
No,
and here's the problem.
Authentically dangerous.
Russell Okung is going to be a game-time decision with the ankle and the
Right.
toe.
Yeah.
That means Bailey might move to left tackle, or Gilliam will move to left tackle, and Bailey will play right tackle on an offensive line that already sucks balls. That's the only way to put it. This
Already
offensive
sucks
line
balls.
is terrible. So it's not going to get any better. That scares me because Russell Wilson might die. Because if Hardy hits
He
him
might die.
on the blind side, there could be a problem. So you got to watch for the Seahawks on how they're going to try
Yeah, I
to
know.
move away from that blind side.
They don't need to score 30 points to win this game. I mean, and to your point about Des Bryant being back, if he actually is a go, and again, Troy Aikman today on local radio said that he actually doesn't expect him to play. This is probably going to be one of those situations where it's going to be a game time decision. If he plays, great. But if not, I think next week, maybe even Romo is starting to look like he might be able to come back
Right.
next week. So maybe they'll just time it out for the both of them to come back on. But if Des Bryant does step on the field, does it really matter? Matt Castle's throwing passes. I mean, does it really?
That's my point.
Does it really? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe he might be somewhat of a weapon, but for the most part, offensive line not as good as we thought it was going to be. A running game that clearly is not the same. DeMarco Murray gone, and they have a combination of crap and shit running behind running behind that offensive line, and you have Matt Castle, who, be honest, I mean, has not really been relevant since his one really good year in New England. As far as I'm concerned, offensively, to your point, valid. No Russell Okung, and so your blind side is basically being either protected by Dumb or Dumber, Dumb and Dumber. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's scary to think about. It's scary to think about. Greg Hardy coming down on you, but we're talking 17 points is still going to be enough to win this game.
Do you agree with that, Commando? 17 points is
I
good.
don't know if 17 is going to do it. It will be interesting to see if if it does. Earlier today when I was on Game Time Sports Talk, I was saying that they were going to probably score 35 points, the Seattle Seahawks. And so I've doubled up on that on you. So it'd be interesting to see which one of us is going to be closer on that deal. I look at the Cowboys maybe scoring 21, probably most likely scoring 21, and so I see this as a little bit higher scoring game. Not that Matt Castle is going to be lighting it up or anything like that, but for everything that you just said, home field. When you're at home, you feel good. You've been sleeping in your own bed, come to the stadium in your own car, and next thing you know, here we go. You walk out through the club, dancers and all that kind of stuff, and ready to play some football. But the bottom line is, you are still facing the two-time NFC champion, the Seattle Seahawks, and I believe, I feel strongly about this, that they're going to make the move.
What were we talking about going into that San Francisco game, specifically with the defense? It's the swagger. It's the killer instinct. It's the bark and the bite into the dog. And they went out in San Francisco, and I think they got that swagger back. That was a pound for pound from start to finish, an absolute beatdown, an ass whooping of epic proportions. And you don't think that's going to have some carryover effect going up against I guess you can say a bend but don't break type of offensive line and Matt freaking Castle? You don't think that defense is going to it's going to be blood in the water, sharks with blood in the water?
Yeah.
I don't think 21 points is being nice, Commando. That's being nice.
Yeah.
That's being really nice.
Well, and the thing is, we've seen this. You're making me a little bit concerned because we have seen this scenario before. If you remember, John Skelton?
Yeah.
Came off the bench, ice cold, and started.
John Skelton.
That's when they had signed that kid from the Eagles too. That
John
played.
Skelton.
Hey,
I know.
You lit the Seahawks up, man, and so.
John Skelton. That's funny.
No, the Matt Castle deal. Either you're in the league or you're not in the league, and he wasn't in the league. Now all of a sudden you're in the league, and now you're going to go beat the Seattle Seahawks. No, hell no.
How about
not my Seattle Seahawks anyway? Not yours, not his.
If Des Bryant comes back, are we going to see Richard Sherman tail him the entire game because he's primarily their only weapon. I mean, McFadden will be in the backfield because Julius Randle's on a leave of absence for a domestic violence issue. McFadden at times has showed that he can run the football. At other times, he's been very weak. So who knows? It's hit and miss with him. But we saw Richard Sherman a little bit against San Francisco swap sides. Do you think we're going to see more of that in this game?
I don't.
No.
And just for the main reason, I don't see Des Bryant being Des Bryant. Now, I know in 80% Des Bryant is better than 110% of a number of receivers in the NFL. But I don't know, it's kind of like, he had a true injury, put it that way. Cam Chancellor wasn't injured, even though we looked at it, played it like an injury, but okay, now you came back. You had a couple of bad games. You had a good game, couple of good games, and up and down. And I don't see Des Bryant coming back and being that effective in this game off of an injury. I just don't.
What scares me is I don't want to give the Cowboy coaching staff any credibility with their disguises and coverages, and I don't want to do that. But the thing about Des Bryant, what was that?
A bug.
Okay. Like, what was that? The problem with this is even if you're right, and I think you're absolutely right about Des Bryant not necessarily have an impact, but him on the field, it changes up. It almost acts like a decoy because now all of a sudden you have Terrence Williams on the other side against a dude like Kerry Williams.